Good afternoon. Today we're talking about something everyone needs to be aware of. There's a government initiative to phase out using natural gas in our homes as a heat source. The impacts are quite profound, and it's definitely something we all need to be really well aware of. Um, some of us use gas for cooking, some of us use it on our barbecues. Now, Aryo is going to give us all the information because this is something we simply can't ignore. Remember to visit our website and book a consultation with Aryo if you have concerns or if you need to learn more about this. He'd be happy to talk to you. There's no cost, there's no obligation. He's just there to be helpful for you. So let's jump in. I'm curious, I'm concerned. I want to know what's going on with this.
Actually, this is not a new topic. First of all, hi.
Hi.
Yes, I remember about 3 or 4 years ago, the city of Vancouver was talking about they're gonna eliminate natural gas as a heat source in all the new homes, and then it took them several years to implement, and still they're not 100% implementing yet, but that's in the process. That was only for new homes. So then there was a little public outrage. Oh, what is going to happen with the gas range? And some people like to cook with the gas range or these kind of things. So I'm going to go back again to the bigger picture. So we are in the situation that BC government created basically an initiative or a company or an entity called BC Clean or Clean BC. Along with that, with the BC Hydro, who basically a supplier of electricity to British Columbia, as well as another organization B2E that they are trying to electrify homes, and another one is ZX, which is basically help people. Again, is a BC Vancouver City of Vancouver's company that they are trying to help people to build net zero homes. They're all together combining or merging their power or energies or their effort to help consumers to start building homes that are their heat source are not or let's say your clean energy, which is electricity. Um, but they don't, especially BC Clean and BC Hydro, they don't stop there. They want to even go further to all buildings, the older buildings, retrofit to electrifications. And what does that mean is if you have a gas furnace and your house is like 3 years old, 4 years old, 5 years old, by 2030, all the houses had to be converted to
Oh,
electricity. How they can do that? They say, okay, you can install heat. They call heat pump, but electrical heat source heat pump. Some houses already have installed this type of heat pumps, which is basically use gas. They have to convert that gas to electrical heater. So what does that do? This heat pump, what does it do? These heat pumps they have two units, one internal, one external. Internal unit, which let's see if I have the picture somewhere I can find without going to here. I'm gonna show you this one here. This is one of the units that goes outside. These units are they create heat in the cold weather and cooling air during the hot weather. Basically, it does both work, and the one unit is inside, one unit is outside. The internal unit is a smaller unit, and they create the heat. And when the external unit needs, basically, there's a system that goes through pipes between these two units and creates that proper temperature in the house, which is about 20 degrees. So, what is the problem with that? The problems is, I mean, for some reason, I don't know why the BC Hydro and BC government are so focusing on only this type of units. These units are amazing the way they're working, as no question asked. But there are some problems. Number one, they're noisy. The external units are noisy. And I don't know if you ever had a neighbor that they have, and I showed you this unit, that some houses they have these units, and even though they're supposed to have certain amount of noise, but some of them are really getting noisy.
Wow.
And imagine if in a block, every houses they install this and they're working at the same time, you're solving one problem.
Yeah.
And you're creating another issue.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're making, you're converting the whole house, all the houses in the block, energy efficient, and they're using clean energy. We're reducing our carbon footprint. All these things are good, but with what price? With the price of getting noisy neighbors, and all of us become noisy. And this is one of the issues. The second issue is the external units has to be installed outside, either in the side yard or front or back. Nobody likes to install it in the front. Nobody likes it to put it in the back. So you're going to install it in the side. So, and majority of the time, these side yards are a way of accessing from front to the back, either because of the basement suite is occupied by one of the tenants, they have to go through that. So if we don't have enough room, which in many cases, especially in Vancouver houses, that they are very limited in the space, the new homes, they have to have at least one side that has to be a 90 centimeter, which is about 3 feet space for firefighter access. So you cannot use anything, any distraction on that 30 feet, 3 feet space for firefighter access anyway. So it has to go to the other side, and sometimes even the other side is being used for foot traffic as well.
So these units are quite large?
No, as I mentioned, it's not large, but it is takes some space. See?
Well, share your screen. Let's all have a look.
I'm sorry. I thought last time oh my god! I was showing last time. I thought I was already sharing with you guys. Okay, let me. You see it?
Okay. Yes, I see it.
This is the size of the. So this is bigger, which basically takes the whole space.
Yeah.
And these are smaller. Some of the houses need this one. Some of the houses only goes this one.
Yeah.
So basically, the accessibility and blocking the sidewalk, it is the one of the issues that is going to cause.
Yeah.
And the other issue is, which I brought up because I go to many of these webinars to get informed what the basically the governments are doing in general for our building industry. One of them I was talking about the other day, it was about a week ago, and I asked a question. So we are being charged in our bills on a step billing. So if you your consumption is go above, I don't remember the number right now, above a certain amount, you will be penalized and you have to pay extra. So the BC government is asking all the cars has to be electrified or electrical cars by 2030. So there's not going to be any car sold which is internal gas consumption. So we are using electricity for heating our house. We are using electricity for our cars. As a result, our electricity consumption is going to go higher and higher. So as a result of that, our bills are going to go higher. So if BC Hydro is recommending that people use electricity for heating their home, why we still have to have this system for billing? Why they cannot get rid of that, so then people, consumers, would be happier to convert to electricity? They don't have any question for that. They don't have any answer for that.
Yeah.
They couldn't give me any answer, and they said they're thinking about it to change it. They're thinking about the changes, but if you don't take an action at this moment, how do you expect the consumers support your initiatives? You have to take one step ahead, so then the consumers support you and say, we like the idea, we will step forward. So I believe these are just a bit too much of talk rather than actions.
Yeah.
They are doing all the work, but the point is are they gonna get the result or not? Whenever I talk to any of my clients, trying to convince them, this is not I'm not doing this recently, I'm doing this since 10 years ago, to convince my clients to move to electricity through different sources.
Right.
But every time I talk to any client, they don't want to go through that extra cost that they have to go to pay to the BC Hydro. Not only that, there's an extra cost involved with initial installment as well. So, how much does it cost to install a heat pump in a retrofit home? It's minimum $15,000.
Okay, that's a fair bit of money.
And how do you expect the homeowner to pay that?
Yeah. You
And
could
not
do
only
a
that-
solar installation for not much more.
Oh, you're on one step ahead of me. So you expect that homeowner pay $15,000, and you're not supporting anyway, and then after that we have to pay extra. Like myself, when I installed my when I bought my electrical vehicle, my electricity bill added up to $70 or more every month. So
Right.
people are going to add more on their electrical bills, and then you're not supporting anyway. I'm talking about you as a government. So how does it work? Is it any way that the government is going to give any support to put people to convert their gas furnace or gas or natural gas heat source to electricity? I don't know. There's no answer for that. But then I think about that. I see many other builders or homeowners install solar panels.
Yeah.
As you mentioned, it costs less or the same amount to install solar panel in your house, but then you will get free electricity for your life.
Yes.
I mentioned that several times in different meetings with the same webinars that we are. They don't want to listen to that. They don't want to hear that. They're not supporting that, and they don't want. I don't know why. The question was that, do BC Hydro have enough source to support all this extra load of electricity that is going to come over by all the electrical vehicles and electrical homes that are going to be added to the grid? Do they have enough electricity to support all? They said yes, we do have it until the next 10 years or 2030.
I'm skeptical.
Okay, let's say have it that, but what about afterwards?
Yeah.
Oh, that they're going to think about it later. Let's leave the next generation problem to them.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? So you're just solving your problem until 2030 because you have an initiative, you want to meet that, and that's it. That's not the wise solution. But when we, instead of that, and they're spending millions of dollars to advocate the communities, people, and everything, and not only that, spending money on different sources to make this initiative changing the natural gas to heat pump only heat pump. Their attention is only heat pump. I accept if you open the dialogue for anything else. So okay, you know what? You guys bring a better idea, but they're not. They're just specifically talking about heat pump.
So, what would if people just decided to install electric baseboards in their house? That's not going to meet the standard,
If you just install a baseboard heating, that is gonna cost more long run for you.
right?
So if that's what I'm saying, if you install a solar panel on your roof, then you
Yeah,
can install baseboards or any different in any individual units in your room. It could be baseboard, any other things that can do the job that uses electricity.
yeah,
So and then you can have air conditioners for summertime, and
yeah.
you got to install HRV as well. This all combination together is going to be the same as $15,000 for a heat pump. But then, let me one more thing,
Yeah.
because I don't want to forget that. When you're producing electricity, because some people say, "Oh, we don't have that much sun," but we have enough sun during the day that we can put that on the grid, and at night we use it from the grid. During the day, homeowners, houses, they don't use as much electricity, but
Yeah.
the commercials, they use a lot. The offices, they use a lot of electricity. So that is the time that the peak load for BC Hydro, it will be the homeowners supporting the commercials. At night, the grid will come back and help homeowners. So this way we have a balance. They
Yes.
call net metering or something like that. So
So you'd have to have a very significant solar installation for, say, a family of five, wouldn't you?
it depends on the size of your house.
Right.
But the number of the house, the homeowners, I mean, the occupants would not necessarily require more heating because their body produces heating as well. And most importantly, all the new homes are gonna be more energy efficient. So when you're producing heat, it's gonna stay in
Yeah.
the house. But their hot water heater would be needed upgraded. So the question is, depends on the size of the house and the size of the occupant. You might need a certain amount of solar panels, but depends on the size. All that home can have enough room to install the proper amount of solar panels.
Yeah.
And as I mentioned, that is going to be in conjunction with a grid.
Yes.
So you are installing that solar panels to help the grid, and the grid helps you back at night,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And you had a concern about natural gas ranges or cooking facilities. So new homes now that they are building in most of the municipalities, including West Vancouver and many other, they are not basically putting any sort of natural gas heating source in the house. So it's up to the homeowner if they want to run a gas line from the street all the way to their house for their barbecue or not, because
Yeah.
it's a line that it goes through. It costs money. You are not supposed to have range as either, but their point is like we're going through the step code 4, step code 5, which in that case, the we are trying to be independent from natural gas, but it
Yeah.
doesn't mean that you're not gonna have a barbecue in your yard. So either you will go through the expenses of bringing a natural gas line to your yard for your barbecue, or you can just simply go through the propane gas.
Yeah. You can run a gas range off of propane too. Well, it would be a propane range at that point, but
The
Um,
question is, see, when the new houses that they're designing is not just the when now we do a lot of calculation, it becomes more complicated than before. The calculation
yes,
would be the air quality and air flow and all that kind of things, and
yeah,
because that's what HRV comes in, and the size of the HRV, heat recovery system, ventilation system,
yeah,
that basically it works 24/7, that it creates a very comfortable air all around the house.
yeah,
So as a result of that, you don't really need a hood fan anymore. You don't really need uh, even gas electrical. I'm sorry, gas fireplace.
right.
So because you don't have something to burn the oxygen in your or air inside your house, then your HRV system is gonna work differently. But when you have those, your HRV has to work, is a different calculation.
Yeah,
And I'm not sure that the step code 5 would support even gas range in the house either.
wow. This
I
is
gotta mention that.
powerful changes, and it's only 8 years away.
As a matter of fact, all the new homes right now are gonna follow this rule anyway,
Yeah,
especially in many municipalities. Step code 3, which still we can have a natural gas in the house, is in place for all the municipalities in Lower Mainland, but it's only some municipalities so far forcing for step code 5, is including West Vancouver.
yeah,
But Vancouver is coming up next. I think it's going to be within next year. They will have all the homes have to meet step code 5, and even better than that would be passive house, which it's basically has its own criteria and its own requirements.
yeah,
But anyhow, the topic today was about what is electrification means and what the BC government is trying to do, which is somehow I support that. I agree with entirely that we have to step away from fossil fuels in any way,
yeah,
but with what price or how we gonna do that, I don't think this is being thought of clearly, and for some reason I don't know why they are putting their force on only one solution, which is heat pump. I know heat pump is very good solution, but it's not the only one. There are
yeah,
some other better ones that many other countries around the world and even different provinces, colder provinces, are doing, which is solar panel.
yeah,
If they put more effort on that idea, the cost of solar panels can come down, and not only that, even they can beautify that solar panel. Because I myself have an issue with the look of solar panels in some houses. In
yeah,
some houses, you don't really notice it. Like for example, in Tesla came out with the solar roof, which is a very good idea, but it's not available in Canada,
mm,
and still in its trial and error phases as well. They some people had issues because they have so much in demand, they cannot really even fulfill all their orders in US either. So
yeah.
yeah, especially in California, there's so much in demand.
Yeah, I used to work with SunPower, a big solar organization in the States, and they have franchises all over the country. And I think I had 4 or 5 clients in California alone. Florida is a big for it too, but there's one in Seattle. There's a solar installation company in Seattle, and I remember writing blogs with them about how in the Pacific Northwest it does work. Even though we don't have as many sunny days annually as Florida or California, solar installations work in this climate.
But another way around, the usability of solar panels is it count as a year round, is count as annual average, is not count only a certain day of the year.
Yeah,
So you might say, okay, California or Florida, they have maybe 10 hours or 12 hours sunny time per day.
Yeah.
But in, let's say, in Vancouver, we have about 15 hours during the summertime and maybe 8 hours during the wintertime. That it balances. As a matter of fact, I was checking one stats that they were saying that in climate like BC or Vancouver, we have more sun in general in terms of the average than
Yeah.
California or what we call Florida, because
Yeah.
at the end of the day, when we are dealing with the grid, that average matters.
Right.
But if you're dealing with the battery by yourself, you want to be off grid. Yes, that daytime and nighttime matters. So that's
Yeah.
why some people who want to live, independent off grid, it's a good idea to have gas generator as well to for certain time of the day or certain time of the year. They can speed up the charging the battery to make sure their batteries are good enough for the whole all of their needs.
Wow. Interesting times.
There is a lot of talking about the electrification right now, and there's a big topic. I investigated a lot, and I tried to install on my own house as well. So far, financially was not suitable for me yet.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to see if I could get some grant from the government or something like that myself. I see a lot of other people who in this industry, they're already installing it. I did my one first step, which was electrical vehicle. I bought that, but I'm still working on being either off grid or installing solar panels in my house.
Yeah.
Yes. It was very nice talking to you today. So
Yeah.
we come back next week with another topic. I don't remember what is the topic, but
We'll come up with something fabulous.
yes, of course. So if you have any other questions, don't forget to leave a comment or get back to me via email.
Yes. Yes. Definitely leave your comments on the chat box there, and we'll get back to you. And don't forget to check out the website, myhomedesigner.com.
And the contact information is right there. Have a great day.